Well, hello friends. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today, I'm gonna be packing for an upcoming trip to Hamburg, and I am so freaking excited because I have booked this trip over 5 months ago, so I've been so much looking forward to this. And also Hamburg is one of, literally, I'm not lying, one of my favorite places in the entire world. I always have the best time when I go there. I love the city so much. I just feel like a completely fresh new person when I'm there. There's so much joy and life and everyday things that I find there. So yep, the only thing that I'm not looking forward to is the weather, people, because I know I am not expecting Hamburg to have the same weather as a tropical destination. That's not what I'm talking about, but it is August after all, so I was expecting something a little better than a disappointing 19 degrees with pouring rain and wind and humidity, because when there's wind and rain and humidity, that's when yours truly gets really stressed out. If you wear something too thin, it's a little too chilly. If you wear something that's too thick, I start sweating like crazy, and it's not fun for anyone, especially for me. So that's the only thing that's been bothering me a little. But other than that, I will be away for 6 nights, so about a week, 7-ish days and 6 nights. And so yeah, let's just pack. I'm gonna be starting with my essentials. Well, this is the purse that I will be carrying. This is one of the best thrifted finds of all time, if you ask me. I love this bag so much. This is such a great backpack. It's 100% leather. It is compact, but it can fit a surprising amount of items in here, so you can stuff it up so much. It is practical because, let's face it, if something is just cute but it's not practical or comfortable to carry or to use or to wear, that won't do the trick for me. Something has to check all the boxes for me, and this definitely does. And I think it looks stylish enough to be, you know, something that is not just a bare backpack. Also, it has this clever opening, so it's basically impossible for people to come and take something away from my bag, because it's quite, well, not cumbersome. For me, it's not, but I think it's genius. But you have to basically unfold the backpack to reach into it. It has a front pocket, a back pocket where I usually keep my phone. I recently did a what's in my bag video about the daily essentials that I carry with me every day. Not with this bag, but with a different bag. But that's pretty much what I will be carrying for this trip as well. The usual: water bottle, sunglasses. The only thing that I want to show you is that this is the condensed version of my wallet. Quite small, but that carries all my essentials when I'm traveling, like cash, cards, public transportation card, and a little compact mirror. If you saw that video, you know that I'm a fan of compact mirrors. I carry a bunch with me. I just like to bring a condensed version of my wallet because I don't need to have the whole shebang with me. So just in case, but my essentials are all packed up in this cute little backpack, and this is pretty much anything that I might need on a day-to-day basis whilst I'm there. It's in here. Moving on to clothes. Let me tell you, I had a little bit of a hard time due to the weather situation, and it occurred to me that despite being someone who has been traveling carry-on only for over a decade at this point, I find a little challenging when I know that the weather is going to be unpredictable, that you're gonna have pretty much an assortment of weather situations, from rain to potential stickiness of the air and humidity. And you really don't know if it's going to be cold or hot, sweaty, not sweaty. And that's when the anxious me really kicks in, and I start overpacking, if that's even possible with a carry-on bag. But trust me, I can do that. And I always end up with a bunch of things that haven't been touched at the end of the trip at all. Well, not this time. Well, recently I came across the 3x3x3 packing method. Basically, it's a system that allows you to create a little bit of a travel capsule wardrobe based on these very few items: 3 tops, 3 bottoms, and 3 layering pieces, and that's pretty much it. All of these pieces are meant to be something that you can mix and match amongst each other to create a plethora of different outfits. I won't be doing any laundry because they're really realistically, I don't need to do any laundry for just a week away. But anywho, here I got all the clothes that I will be bringing with me, including my travel outfit. Yes, anxious Jenny, you heard that, including the travel outfit. I have a lightweight cardigan, 3 t-shirts, very flowy long pair of pants, a button down that also doubles as a top, so pretty versatile. I am being optimistic and I'm hoping that I'm gonna be wearing denim shorts. Who knows? We'll see. I also have a little denim overall dress. If it's gonna be too chilly for me to be able to wear the dress or the shorts bare-legged, I'm also packing a pair of tights. So I'm good to go. And I also have a lightweight sweater with a little bit of a fun print on it. So I'm gonna be taking away the travel outfit from this whole bunch of stuff. So we won't be packing that. This is set aside. I might decide to go for a different t-shirt, but you get the idea. And I'm gonna be starting to roll all of the items at the bottom of the suitcase. I don't really need a packing cube at this point, I think, at least not for this trip specifically. I don't think it's gonna be particularly functional in this way. I don't have anything that's going to wrinkle easily, so I'm just gonna be packing it as it is, the best that I can, trying to make a little bit of a Tetris situation. I loved playing Tetris when I was younger. I was also really good at it, which is probably why I love packing so much. The reason why I wanted to stick with the 3x3x3, did I say it correctly? Yes. Packing method was because by sticking to just these very few items, including the travel outfit, I wanted to be able to have a little bit of a wiggle room to allow myself to bring a couple of extras. And I'm stressing this, a couple, not a million. For example, a tank top, a couple of bandanas. They take up 0 space, but I think they can be useful as a little bit of accessory, but also if it gets a little chilly and I want something to cover up my neck, I got these. I'm also gonna be bringing a second purse. This is my Uniqlo mini round bag. This is awesome. I love this so much. It's lightweight, it's practical, it fits an insane amount of things, packs up really flat, so I'm packing this up too. And also a denim jacket. But Jenny, isn't it supposed to be rainy, so probably a rain jacket would be more appropriate? Yes, that's what I thought too, but if it's gonna be humid and changeable, to be honest, I cannot be bothered to wear something that's gonna wrap me up in pure plastic, making me sweat so much and making me feel hot and uncomfortable. So I thought that a breathable denim jacket would be better for the purpose, so I'm packing this. I really wish that I didn't have to pack this, but I will. An umbrella. In this packing cube, I have all of my undergarments, so bras, socks, and panties, my pajama, and also the aforementioned tights. In this pouch, yes, I am a pouch person. I don't know how people can survive and pack and go traveling without pouches. I'd go crazy without pouches. I don't know where anything is. I have to rummage through the entire content of the bag to find things. No, I want to know where they are, because otherwise I'm not gonna be happy. I'm gonna be stressed out. The travel parties with me are gonna be stressed out, and we all want to be happy campers. So therefore, pouches. This pouch contains menstrual products because I'm gonna be needing them. So in there they go. Also packing a belt. Again, I like the idea of bringing fewer clothes to have a little bit of extras that I can play with. In these 3 pouches, I don't have a jewelry organizer. If you have a good recommendation that I can find not on Amazon, please. I don't buy anything on Amazon. I don't judge you if you do, but I personally prefer not to. In these pouches, I have some jewelry pieces. It seems a lot, but I just divided them to avoid unpleasant tangling situations. So I have 2 necklaces, 2 pairs of earrings, and 2 bracelets, and that's it. And those are going to be going well with every single outfit combination that I have, so it should cover everything that I can possibly wear throughout this trip. Prescription glasses, because I cannot see anything without prescription glasses or contacts. So a laundry bag. When I watch packing videos, I rarely see people mentioning a laundry bag. So my question has to raise at some point, where do you pack your stinky clothes? I cannot travel without laundry bag, and I don't have a fancy laundry bag. I just literally have a reusable cotton bag, and so I can just separate my stinky clothes, my worn undergarments, anything that's been worn that needs to be washed. I want it to be separate from the rest of the stuff, you know, for hygiene purposes. And I like to use a cotton bag because I can wash it and use it and reuse it all over again. So laundry bag is essential for me when I'm traveling. In this pouch, I have electronics, and that would be my phone charger, a power bank, because when I'm in Hamburg, I take an insane amount of pictures because everything's beautiful. So I'm super inspired and I literally take pictures of everything. And then I have the charger for my electric toothbrush. Most likely won't be needing this, but I think that if I need it and I don't have it, I won't be happy. So I just rather pack it. So it fits nicely into the pouch. So I'm packing this up. I'm also going to be packing in another cotton bag that I can use and reuse all over again. A pair of flip-flops, because most hotels have carpet floor and I think it's nasty to walk there on there barefoot, especially after I showered. I don't want to be walking barefoot on a nasty carpet floor. So I'm packing my flip-flops every single time, and I'm only gonna be using them in my hotel room, but I'm gonna be glad that I have them. And then a second pair of shoes. I'm still not 100% sure which shoes I'm gonna be wearing on travel day, so as part of my travel outfit, but considering that it's probably gonna be raining quite a lot, I don't want to be finding myself in a situation where it's raining, my shoes get potentially wet, my feet get wet, and I don't have a spare pairs of shoes. And so I'm left there with wet feet and being miserable. So I'm going to be packing these chucks. These are platform chucks. So I have a couple of inches of, you know, extra height, which, you know, it's always nice to look a little bit taller if you're not particularly tall as I am, but also this provides me a little bit of protection from the rain because it elevates me a little from the ground. And despite being platform, these are quite lightweight, so in here it goes. I just need to figure out which one's the best way to pack them. Wait a second, probably here. Probably here, I don't know. There might be some adjustments required, so I'm placing them here now for the sake. Here I got all of my toiletries. I'm gonna be traveling with train, by train, with train, by train. I think it's by train. Whenever I'm traveling, let's say by train, by car, so whenever plane travel is not involved and I don't have therefore any liquids restrictions, I like to bring a few more of my toiletries. I never bring the entire amount of toiletries that I use because for a few days I can just compromise and use less products. But of course, if I'm traveling by plane and I have to stick to the liquids restrictions, I'm gonna be obviously bringing less, but if I have a little bit again of wiggle room and extra space, I allow myself to bring a couple more products. Here, this is the case where my electric toothbrush goes. Probably takes up a little space, but I don't care. Ever since I started using an electric toothbrush, it literally changed my life. And no, I'm not making this up. I'm not exaggerating this. Once you start using an electric toothbrush, you can never use the regular toothbrush again, or at least I can't. So this comes with me. Now, this is a standard toiletry bag that kind of unfolds. Has a hook here at the top, a little mirror, and just different compartments. So in this little zippy compartment, I keep things like a couple of face masks that I like to do when I'm traveling. They're so compact and I like to pamper myself to a face mask. Pimple patches, because you never know. I got some Q-tips, contacts, tweezers and nail clippers, and my tongue scraper. This is really random, I know, but I use it every day. So these are quite flat, and so they pack up really nicely here. I'm not bringing purposely any shampoo or body wash because hotels usually provide them, so I just rather keep the space for the things that I actually need that I won't be finding. Prescription cream from my rosacea, deodorant that I decanted in a little container, makeup removing cream gel product, also decanted in a smaller container, a travel size multi-purpose moisturizer, face serum, a comb, contact lenses solution, contact lenses case, mouthwash, mascara, and liquid eyeliner. This is sunscreen for my face, SPF 30. I normally use a facial moisturizer with SPF in it, but it's really thick for the summer. I sweat it off within 10 minutes from applying it. So I bought a specifically for the face sunscreen. I like it. It's lightweight and I don't sweat it off after 10 minutes. Then I have a razor. I got a regular razor with disposable blades because I bought a safety razor years ago, but to be honest, I stopped traveling with it because every time I had to buy a blade in the place I was traveling to, or I would just forget to remove it, and then I would get stuck at TSA, and yeah, whatever. So I got this one. I have this tube of toothpaste, which yes, it's big, but I'm gonna be traveling with someone so we can share, and also I couldn't be bothered to buy a travel size toothpaste just for the trip, so I got this. Finally, an exfoliating gel, which might be nice to have. So I'm packing all of this up. I'm just tossing everything randomly, but this is quite roomy, so everything just fits really nicely, hoping. It did fit before quite nicely, so. Voila! Let me see if I can rearrange items in here. Finally, reading material. I'm currently reading this book, but I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna be finishing it during my trip. So I'm bringing a second one. So I have a spare book and I can keep reading. There you go. And I'm all packed up.
Hello from the future, friends. It wouldn't be me after all if I didn't make some last-minute changes. I decided to swap the white leg pants for some mom jeans and wore them in combo with my denim jacket on travel day. Unfortunately, it turned out that the weather at times was going to be much rainier than anticipated. So I packed this rain parka that I got for free at a swap party, and I'm so happy I did. It protected me from all the rain and the wind, but it is cotton-lined, which offered me comfort and breathability. I'm happy to report that I have worn and used everything that I brought with me, and I was able to have a great time despite the unpredictable, super changeable weather.
I really hope you have enjoyed this video and spending this time with me. If you did, you can give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you still haven't. I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye.